there was a lot of things that happened in that last video, but I think my personal favorite was the huge battle between India, China, and Malaya. That was massive, and it really showed the dominance. For a second there, I really questioned China's power, but no, I shouldn't have questioned it because, yeah, they won that kind of with a landslide, and now they're going to absolutely dominate both India and Russia at the same time. So we still have a lot of wars that are currently going on. The big one that popped up, not really a big one, but an interesting one that popped up was Canada's second imperialist war against Denmark. They're going to continue to try to go after more of Greenland. I mean, hey, you got to go somewhere, right? You can't go south, that's for sure. You can't go south. Obviously, America controls Alaska, so you really can't go anywhere out this way. Honestly, attacking Denmark is the only option for Canada. And hey, good for them. Good for them for doing it. They got to try something here. They got to try something. So anyways, the other big thing that happened was the USA decided to intervene with the Latin American war that was going on between Peru and Brazil versus Mexico, Venezuela, and Argentina. So obviously it's pretty one-sided now. Oh, I am forgetting about Cuba, but Cuba wasn't really participating that much. Again, this is kind of deja vu. Mexico's being absolutely dominated, and we'll probably see this multiple times. My predictions, I don't think anything's going to happen. I think the borders are going to stay relatively the same in North America, but I think in South America it might shift. Brazil seems pretty aggressive. They might steal away some things from Argentina. If they decide to push forward against Venezuela, then maybe Venezuela might lose one or two provinces. Not sure, not entirely sure. Peru still needs to unsiege all this stuff. Northern Peru is still under siege by a lot of the Mexican and Venezuelan troops, so Peru needs to get their stuff together. Yeah, Argentina is kind of the threat, but you need to really focus here. Anyways, I'm surprised that Great Britain didn't get involved, with the Falklands here, and as well as, let's not forget about the colony next to Cuba. I want to see Great Britain get involved more with Latin America and South America and everything, in this region. It seems like it's something they should do. They kind of have to stay out of Europe. Europe is so just insanity right now. Another big thing that happened was that Germany actually landed in modern-day Finland, and now they're pushing forward against Russia. That is a pretty big update. There is 310,000 German troops moving through this territory. Now, it is entering the winter. I'm wondering if they're suffering from a lot of attrition. A little bit. It's a normal winter. It's not a harsh winter or anything, so it could have been worse, but they are suffering from a little bit. What's Norway moving? Why is Norway moving up this way? Norway's moving up this way. Oh, I didn't know that. When did that happen? When did Norway get involved in this war with Russia? I don't remember that. They must have just got called in, I think. Or maybe they've been involved the entire time, but I don't know. Now they must have just got called in because this 55 stack would have moved in towards the front if it was, because this war has been going on for a while now. Yeah, so they must have just got called in. They're going to get absolutely dominated by Germany, and actually Germany might take some things from Norway here. Remember, they control like modern-day Danish territory, so they could easily kind of hop across here and grab a few provinces, more provinces, in pushing into Scandinavia. Now, this is sieged out by who? Great Britain, that's right, because the British and Italian War is still currently going on. Did Algeria peace out with Morocco just yet? No, not yet. Wait a second, when did Mali get involved? Oh, geez. Maybe, did we know that? We might have known that. But they're fine because Nigeria is helping out Algeria, and Nigeria is like super, super powerful. I almost wish I knew that this region was so powerful because I would have picked Nigeria. I really love how underrated they are in terms of their like military size and stuff like that. And Egypt is about to be fully under occupation of the Saudis. This is going to be crazy. This will be big. But will the Saudis decide to take a lot or a little, and they didn't take anything? There you go. That is EU4 for you. That is exactly EU4 for you. They didn't take anything, did you? Did you at least do a vassalization? I know you didn't. Wow. That's so weird. That is so freaking weird. They didn't do anything. Oh, it looks like they might have taken one province. I think they took one province away. Wow, congratulations, Saudi Arabia. You had almost 100% occupation. You wouldn't have had 100% because you would have never had 100% because Great Britain was probably bringing down that war score. But still, you could have took a little bit more. I'm wondering if Israel is going to be attacked soon. They don't have a very strong alliance. They only have one alliance with the UAE. The UAE. All right, well, there goes one war. Looks like another war might have finished up too here. I just got to keep in mind The other one that finished up, actually maybe not. Rwanda's still going on. Kazakhstan's still going. Oh, now Kazakhstan's doing much better. Not sure why. Yeah, Uzbekistan's looking pretty small. They must have, I don't know, severed peace. I don't know what happened. They definitely severed peace somebody in the Uzbekistan alliance. So now Kazakhstan's pushing forward a bit more. It's close though. I mean, they both don't really have that large of militaries. Either side doesn't. I mean. Yeah, so Bangladesh is being completely occupied under China and Malaya. Now, all these occupations are being directed towards China, towards Chinese control, not Malayan control. I believe, is that how you would properly pronounce that, Malayan? Yeah, so anyways, so this means that China can possibly expand their borders in 2 different ways, in the north or in the southwest, where India controls. Now, has China started to engage the Russians in the north just yet? I mean, they've completely retreated from this front, which is interesting. And they focused entirely now on India. So it looks like Russia might have like the best luck ever. Because, and it all depends though. I mean, it depends really on how much Germany continues to push. I think if anything though, Germany's more kind of got their sights on Norway and Norwegian territory rather than Russia. Although, you never know because they control both of these lands here. They might want to take some things around here just to the east of Stockholm. It's not a bad idea, I don't think. Anything else? France only at 37 war score, even though they control the entirety of the Italian peninsula as well as Sicily. They only have 37 war score. Interesting. China only has 16. Maybe China won't take anything here. They're not super powerful. Mexico's at negative 31 war score. Canada, I don't think, has landed inside of Greenland just yet. Still waiting for that Chinese war to end. Oh, they did. Yeah, now they did, but they need a little bit more troops. Because actually, Denmark outnumbers them at the moment. Wow. I'm impressed, Denmark. There you go. Well, there you go. Mexico's, for sure, Mexico's capital has been already sieged out. And now the American army is starting to approach the Panama Canal and regions like that. Mexico's now is being forced to retreat from northern Peru. Back up north to kind of engage the Americans, but yeah, doesn't matter how much you send up there. It's not gonna go so well. Argentina hasn't been separate peace just yet, but I thought they would. I thought by now they would have. Algeria has finished off their war. Now, did they take anything from Mali? Yes, they did. They took. Oh no, this was Algeria before. Never mind. No, they didn't decide to take anything, did they? Did they take these islands? Did they ever make a landing here on these islands? Yeah, oh, yeah, they did take these islands. Oh, look at that. Cape Verde, yeah. All right, well, there you go. So, Morocco is only left with 1 province inside of Western Africa, and that's it. So, Morocco's not looking so good. Senegal, maybe go after them. Maybe Mali will go after them. Is Morocco allied to Mali, I'm guessing? No. I don't know why Mali decided to help them out. Mali's still involved in their war. Oh, I forgot about that. They're fighting Spain, France, and Germany, as well as Greece. I don't want to leave out Greece. Greece is involved too. They definitely had a hand in playing a little bit here. Norway is sending things after. Okay, so Norway and Germany are going to get into a small little scuffle here. It all depends on if Germany really wants to invest a lot in this smaller war. They might not. The Russians are pretty much good. They've completely abandoned the Western Front. Now they've sent most of their regiments just to handle China, which is probably pretty... Oh, uh-oh. So there's now 115 stack back in Russian lands. Is that it, though? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's not terrible. I know that Russia is, like, no military whatsoever, but it's not as bad as it could be. Again, you could be India right now. And, yeah, China's already unoccupied the Indian advancements that they were making, just north of the Himalayas. And yeah, it's pretty much just a big old mess because Malaya's here too, and Malaya's powerful. It is a pretty big mess. Well, the good thing is, someone like Australia must be liking this. I'm still waiting for that Malayan-Australian war. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know when. Yeah, and China's just kind of picking up the scraps to kind of just walking over these 1 stacks. Does India have anything left? Pakistan got sent back their black flag. They must have been helping. I think they were helping, yeah, the Saudis out with their war against Egypt. Because I think they got called in towards the later part of that war. So yeah, they're going back to Pakistan. Wait a second. Wait a second. A war ended, and it was the... Which war ended? The Russian, Polish, France... the Rwanda war ended. I know that for sure. Yeah, there you go. Rwanda ganged at least one province. Yeah, and the Democratic Republic of Congo is down to only 2, but they were down to like something like, I don't know, they were down to 2 or 3 before. I don't know what happened. Okay, yeah, so that war for sure ended. Still waiting for what the Canadians are going to do here. Let's go ahead and check in on the Canadians, actually. So Canada is kind of in a pickle because they're not sending in more troops. Now, a lot of the rest of the Canadian military is kind of here towards the western, kind of towards the Pacific Ocean. They're kind of right in the middle. But they're not. Why are they not sending over more reinforcements? This is not good. They're not going to be able to win this war with a 37 stack of Danish warriors. I guess, you know, Danish military units just chilling in Greenland. You can't do that, AI. What are you thinking, man? I don't know what you're thinking. The Italian war is still going on. Portugal has no alliances. Remember that. That's kind of a big deal. Algeria might want to capitalize and take back some of these lands from the Europeans that are kind of reaching down into Africa. I didn't realize that Niger's font was kind of in Chad's color. Interesting. Yeah, so definitely some wars have ended, but I don't think that they were that big. I mean, these are the major ones, off the top of my head at least. China's now 25 war score. France is at 37. They've stuck at 37. Kazakhstan's at 8 now. Mexico's at negative 38, and Canada's still -1. Let's kind of watch as India. So what I think what's going to happen, I think China is going to separate piece India. And that would be the smart choice. China would separate piece India and then invest entirely in the Russian front up north. That way you free up both the Malayan regiments as well as the Chinese regiments. That way, you know, the AI fighting two different fronts is never a good thing. They invest too heavily. Right now, they're investing too heavily, I think, in the... Oh, look at this. Russia's actually going to win a battle here. And part of the reason was they had, I think, the numbers on their side as well as a 3-star general. That is always going to help. But now China's starting to realize, wait a second, I should send in Malaya. I thought that was going to be their original plan. Malaya would handle India, and China would handle Russia. That would be kind of even. Well, China-Russia wouldn't be even. But I would have loved to have seen just Malaya versus just India. I think it would have gone to India, but, you know, you never know. I can't remember exactly their troop size. We saw how huge the Indian military was, but I know that the Malayan military was pretty powerful themselves also. It was pretty impressive. Here's a 361 stack. Maybe, are they going to go up north? Is that where they're sending them? Oh, geez, India. So right now, I don't know what the world's going to do about China. There's really nobody. I mean, the only foe, the only kind of rival to China right now is the USA, and they are just running around like a chicken with their head cut off. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They're getting involved in all these wars. They're not taking anything. They're absolutely embarrassed with their war. I'm sorry, it was true. They were absolutely embarrassed by their British West India War. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that they had lost that one. I could have swore that they would win it. But over time, you know, I got to give it to Great Britain. They definitely surprised me. I was shocked. I was not expecting that. But then, you know, the USA did that war against Mexico, and that was just an absolute disaster. It wasn't a disaster. They dominated, but they didn't take anything from Mexico. There was that other war that started off with the USA with, I think was it South Korea? Or somebody. They just let Russia get absolutely dominated by China. So yeah, I mean, the world's got to do something about China, especially when they have all these alliances. China's allied to still Germany and Malaya. That's too much. As well as, oh, that's right. As well as North Korea and Australia and Turkey. But they're not getting involved in these wars. So yeah, I mean, you're going to need to see the Europeans. I mean, Germany's got to break away from that alliance with China. That right there is kind of has to happen. I was going to say gots to happen, but that kind of has to happen if the Europeans are going to want. I mean, Germany, I would say, is probably the strongest out of the Europeans right now. I'm not saying in score. I'm just saying, like, you know, in terms of military and stuff like that. Have any of these wars ended? Ooh, Iran versus the Islamic State. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Khorasan, Tajikistan. Tajikistan? I'm not sure. Iran is very small, though. Remember that. Kazakhstan must be kind of dominating here. Well, they're not dominating too much. Yeah, they're not like absolutely just ripping it up. They're only at 1 war score now. I don't know where they lost it from. I wonder what's going to happen to the Islamic State. Will it be Iran to destroy the Islamic State? Now, the Iranians still have a 29 stack. The Islamic State has a 15 stack on their side. I don't know if Italy's going to be able to ever come back from this. They've been under occupation for almost like for years. For like just straight up years. Mexico's now at negative 45 war score. Again, I don't think the United States is going to take anything. I think if anyone's going to take stuff, it's someone like Brazil. Someone like Peru. Maybe Cuba. No, Cuba's... Yeah, maybe. No, there's nothing really for Cuba to take. I think it'll be either Peru or Brazil if they want to take something. But then again, you know, Argentina hasn't been sieged out that bad. Venezuela is starting to not really do much. I know they still have a pretty good regiment around here. Still waiting for that Chinese war to end. And yeah, the United States aren't even trying anymore. They're now approaching Panama, and that's going to be pretty heavy war score for Peru. Now, the problem is that I don't think Peru has any occupations. Technically, Brazil hasn't been transferring this over. Brazil's not been transferring this over to Peru, so that kind of makes for like kind of an interesting diplomatic relationship there. Oh, Canada's at 23 war score. They must have finally brought over more regiments. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Oh, wait a second. What's going to happen here? Let's kind of view here. Greenland, kind of a small, very small corner of the map, but... Oh, Canada, you got to engage right now. What are you doing? Dude, move while their morale is low. Or are you planning on bringing things back? There's a 21 stack, like a small Danish fleet here in between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. You better go take them out. You've got 9 heavy ships. You'd definitely be able to do it. They are locked. They're movement locked. What does that mean? Oh, are they trying to... Oh, they're not going to engage. No, they're not going after the Canadian military here. I thought they were. No, they're going to go here. I wonder if Canada's going to smarten up. It's kind of too late now. They've allowed the morale to tick back up, man. What did you do? You could have taken them out pretty easily there. China's at 61 war score. Wow. And yeah, Germany's made some pretty big advancements, probably even more heavy than Poland ever did. Poland got to this region, but they never got up towards Finland. Germany's actually completely ignored Norway. I'm sure they've engaged in a few battles here and there, but they've completely ignored Norway. When I thought that they would try to go after a few of these provinces, I think that'd be a smart pickup there, because the nations here in Scandinavia, they wouldn't be able to stand up to Germany. As well as I don't think they have the strongest of alliances, right? Oh, no. Oh, certainly not. Well, Norway's allied to Russia, but right now Russia's getting just totally beaten up. All right, let's kind of view India. Oh, jeez, India. Oh, my goodness, dude. Oh, man, this is not good. This makes me feel bad. It's funny because India they did this for their ally. This is for Russia. They've gotten up a pretty big military, though, very fast. They've already got over 100 stack, maybe 150 if they unite all these regiments together. Nothing, I know that it's still not enough to defeat China, but it's still surprising they were able to pick, kind of met up that fast. I mean, that might be entirely a regiment full of mercs. Nonetheless, it's still pretty impressive them to get that up. It probably is, more than likely. I imagine that most of these AIs have a lot of money. A lot of money just chilling around. Sri Lanka. No one's moved over towards Sri Lanka yet. As well as there's a Chinese... I didn't realize this. Look at all these blockades that are going on. China and Malaya both just blockading the crap. Actually, Malaya's not. It's just China here in southern India. And now they're moving towards modern-day Iran. This is where the last Indian forces remain. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there, though. Cannot wait to see the results of some of these big wars, and I know in the future we're only going to see these wars get bigger and bigger. I'm very excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.